What exactly is the inner critic? The inner critic is a critical voice in our thoughts that affects our feelings and our actions. The critical voice is like a judge or a wound that speaks. The inner critic itself doesn't have any power, but it feels like it is very powerful in times of crisis or stress. Can you relate so far? Every inner critic voice is different. So here are 6 different types of inner critics. Can you identify which one you have? The first one is perfectionist. This critic tries to get you to do things perfectly and sets up really high standards for everything that you do. Your reaction might be to present yourself as perfect to be accepted and praised by everyone, and it can get really anxiety filling when you don't reach that standard of perfection that's in your mind. The second type of inner critic voice is the inner controller. This critic tries to control your impulses like eating, drinking, or sexual activity. This critic is the opposite of an addict because it fears getting out of control or having weak self-discipline. Your reaction might make you have many rules surrounding eating, having fun, or spending money. The third one is taskmaster. This critic wants you to work hard and produce. It pushes you out of fear or of being lazy or a failure. Your reaction might be to procrastinate or overwork. The next one is underminer. This critic makes direct attacks on your self-worth so that you will stay small and not take any chances where you could be hurt or rejected. This one is afraid of your being too big or too visible and not being able to tolerate any judgment or failure from anyone or anything. Your reaction might be not to take chances because of these shaming thoughts. The next one is called the guilt tripper. This critic is stuck in the past. It is unable to forgive you for wrongs you have done or people you have hurt. This voice also makes you feel guilty for not doing things for people or not being nice enough to others. Your reaction might be to do things that you don't want to do in order to not feel guilty. The next one is the conformist. This critic tries to get you to fit into the standards held by a society or your culture or your family. Your reaction would be to act as you're expected to. You have this standard in your mind of what is acceptable and what is expected, and that's what you try to achieve according to the voice or the family or the person or the culture that you have in your mind for that one. So right now, I just want you to take a moment to circle your handout. Which inner critic voice do you resonate with? You can pause the video to do this and come back and press play when you're done. Just know it's okay to circle more than one. So pause the video now, circle it, and come back. Welcome back. How do you feel toward your inner critic? Are you afraid of it? Do you hate it? Is there a part of you that feels like you can overpower the inner critic? There it is, right there. I think I see it. I see a part of you that wants to have control over that inner critic. That's why you're here taking this course. Here's what you can do about your inner critic. You can try to silence it, which is okay. Or you can try to understand it and be curious about it and see it as a protective voice. All of this depends on you. Is this voice helpful to protect you, or is it toxic and damaging? Why don't you take a look at the rest of the questions in your handout, take time to really think about it, reflect on this, and begin to write it out. This is the kind of work on your handouts, not only the videos that are going to help you to make some changes. So begin to take that time of meditation, reflection, writing, and really think about things. If it's really overwhelming, take a breath, have something to drink, go and sit down. It's okay. It can be a lot to work on ourselves. If you feel like, you know what, I don't need a break, I can keep going. Great, good, keep on doing it. And so once you have filled out all the things in your handout, feel free to go to the next video when you're ready. Take care.